back to a new season of our team building exercise where we create a team of heroes using the Sentinels Comics role-playing game, as well as a couple of villains. Last season we made the Mutts of Memphis, and I'm thinking that our hero team is going to stick around in Tennessee, and I think that fits us just fine. For our new team, we don't have anything right now. We are just now starting fresh. So if you want to get in the creative process, feel free to comment down below. I'm also accepting critiques and complaints. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We've got, using the guided method for creating a hero, we've got a 10 and a 9. So if you're following along in the PDF, if you have the PDF that is, that would be Performer, Military, and Otherworldly. I like Otherworldly. That's a good, strong start for our background. Gives us at least a direction to go. So yeah, let's go with Otherworldly. I'll meet you down on the page. So here we are at Otherworldly. We get 2 qualities. We get one at a D10 and another at a D8. Otherworldly does not mean alien. It means more like the uncanny, the supernatural. So I think we need to figure out what he is. I guess we could wait until we get to the archetypes, but we need to figure that out pretty quickly. We get magical lore, otherworldly mythos, and a mental quality. The mental qualities would be alertness, conviction, creativity, investigation, and self-discipline. So I guess this makes us need to pick what we are now, I suppose, so we can't wait until our power source selection. So I like the idea that he might be a satyr, or maybe not a satyr. That's for some reason that's sticking in my head, but I don't think he's a satyr. I'll cut back and once I figure out what he's supposed to be. I'm thinking he's a Yeti. It doesn't snow all too much in Tennessee, apparently, but it does snow a little bit in the Appalachians. So, yeah, he's a Yeti. We'll give him just mental qualities, because I don't think magical lore or otherworldly mythos makes sense, because he's just in a cave, pretty much, until he comes out and does superhero things. Let's give him self-discipline and investigation. Investigation had a D8, because he has to hunt for his food in the middle of the snow, so he's used to hunting. And self-discipline, because he doesn't use his snow powers all the time. That's why there's such mild winters in Tennessee. Okay. Self-discipline and a D10. Great. He's more of like a wisdom-based character than anything else. We get an esoteric principle as well, so we'll type down esoteric, assuming I can spell. Esoteric. And for our power source selection, we get a D10 and 2D6. So I'll meet you in power source selection. So here we are. Power sources. What gave him his powers? I mean, he already has some powers from being a Yeti. Well, let's see what we get. We've got 6, 6, and 5. So that's nature, which I think is exactly what we want. Mystical, and 14 would be alien. So I'm thinking we go with nature or mystical, because they are both. I think nature's more fitting. So I'll meet you on the nature page. Okay, so we assign all the dice that we rolled at the end of the background step to any of the following powers. Animal control, cold, we're getting cold at D10. Electricity, fire, flight, leaping, shapeshifting, swimming, swinging, wall crawling, weather. You know what? We'll put cold at D6. No, we'll put weather at D6. Cold can stay at a D10. Right, we also get to choose athletics or material powers. Athletics would be agility, speed, strength, and vitality. And materials would be metal, plant, stone, toxic, and transmutation. I'm thinking vitality, because we're picking from the athletics and materials, I think we're going to go with athletics for vitality and stick with cold and weather. So we have cold at D10, weather at D6, and vitality at D6. Okay. We get 2 yellow abilities out of the 3, so we basically pick which one we don't want. Call to the Wild. Gain a D8 minion. It takes its turn before yours, but it goes away at the end of the scene. You can only have one such minion at a time. I don't think we have Call to the Wild, so that leaves Predator's Eye and Wild Strength, but we'll read those out real quick. Attack using Power. Use your max plus min die, then gain a boost using your mid die. The target of the attack gains a boost of the same size. So you're hurting them, but you're also boosting them. And you're boosting yourself. Okay. Wild Strength. When you defeat a minion, roll the minion's die and boost yourself using that roll to create a bonus for your next action. Okay, so I don't like Predator's Eye, but it makes kind of some sense. It makes more sense than Call to the Wild anyway. Predator's Eye can use... Should it use weather or should it use cold? I'm thinking weather. And Wild Strength doesn't use powers. We also get a green ability. Grasping Vine and Natural Weapon. Grasping Vines. Hinder using power. Using max die, you may split the penalty across multiple nearby targets. I like Grasping Vines. We just rename it to cold or whatever. So Grasping Vines. Hinder using cold. We then go to D10 and D8 for our archetype selection. So I will meet you down there. Alright, we're rolling our dice. See what we get. We get 4, 4, and 10. We're getting lots of doubles. So 4 is marksman, 10 is robot or cyborg, 4 plus 4 is 8, so that's flyer, 4 plus 10 is transporter. So I'm thinking we use our reroll here, because I don't think any of these make sense. So let's see what else we get. Curse of the doubles. We get 6, 6, and 2. So 2 is shadow, 6 is close quarters combat, and 6 plus 2 is 8, flyer, 6 plus 6 is 6, 7, 9, 12. That's psychic. Let's go with close quarters combat because he's a Yeti. He's basically a bear. So I'll meet you down on that page. Alright. So we assign one of the dice that we rolled at the end of the power step, our D8, D8, and D10, to the close combat quality. So we're getting close combat. Our question is it a D6 or a D8? Excuse me, a D8 or a D10? I'm thinking we put it at looking at the other things, a D10. So he can hit. We assign one or more remaining dice to any of the following powers: signature weaponry, athletic, mobility, and technological powers. Well, he doesn't have technological. He does not have mobility looking at them. So athletic, I guess he could have speed. No, not speed, I'm sorry. Strength. And then we bump all remaining dice to physical and social qualities. So strength at a D8. And for our remaining dice, physical or social qualities. So we've got acrobatics, close combat, finesse, fitness, range combat, and stealth. Banter, insight, imposing, leadership, and persuasion. Let's give him insight at a D8. Because, like I said before, he's very wise. We get 3 of the following green abilities, at least one using close combat, and another using one of my powers. So we've got defensive strike, defend using power quality, attack using your min die. Dual strike, attack one target using power quality, attack a second target using a min die. Flexible stance, make any 2 basic actions using power quality, each using your min die. Offensive strike, attack using power quality, use your max die. Precise strike, Attack using power quality, ignore all penalties on this attack, ignore all defense, and cannot be affected by reactions. And throw minion. Attack a minion using power. Whatever the minion rolls as a defense, attacks another target of your choice. So I like defensive strike and offensive strike. And throw minion. So defensive strike, offensive strike, throw minion. I think the offensive strike uses close combat. And for the other two, we'll go with vitality or strength. Can we just... Okay, it says at least one using our close combat quality, which we got, and another using one of our powers. This is at least. So we can split defensive strike to be vitality and throw minion to be strength. I think that works. If I'm wrong, then feel free to correct in the comments below about the rules. But for now, defensive strike vitality and throw minion strength. We gain one of the above abilities as a yellow ability, using a different power quality from any of my green abilities. Okay, so that's the drawback, is that we end up limiting ourselves a bit more. I'm thinking we do precise strike with weather. And I'm figuring that... Oh, it could be a quality. Right? Precise strike quality. Okay. So, precise strike could be close... or we're already using close combat. Never mind. I was thinking it's less precise and more... It attacks everywhere, so it's not like any reactions could really deflect against it. Anyway, we get another principle. It is a responsibility principle. Responsibility. And we get 2d10 for personality, as we always do. So I'll meet you at the personality page. So we're here on the personality page, and before we roll, I'm thinking that, first off, Yetis have a longer lifespan than humans do. And second, even for a Yeti, he's old, so he's had time to, like, contemplate and think about his life choices and such. He is a very zen character. In fact, most of the times he wants to deflect and stop fights before they start. So now that we've got that settled, let's roll for personality. So what we get 3 and 4. That's impulsive, mischievous, and stalwart. Impulsive, obviously not. Mischievous, obviously not. So that leaves stalwart. So our old man on the hill is stalwart. For his status dice, he's got a D8 across the board. His out ability is defend an ally by rolling your single weather die. It could be any power, but I think weather's the most fitting. So we get a quality of our own design. I'm thinking wisdom. Alright, we go on down to our favorite step, the red abilities. I'll meet you there. So we're here at the top of the red ability, and we got athletic and elemental or energy, so that's basically all of our powers. If we don't find anything there, then we'll have to go into qualities, which is further down below. Major regeneration, I'm thinking, is what our first one is, because he does have a way to, like, stop, take a minute, like, get a quick breather. So major regeneration using vitality, which we have. It outright says it in the book. It has to be vitality. Other red abilities, I don't think Paragon Feat. Push your limits is a reaction based, and we don't have many reactions. Reactive Strike, when you're attacked and dealt damage, you can attack the source of the damage by rolling a single power die. plus the amount of damage he would take. I like the idea of when he gets to red, it's like, okay, no, bam. Charged up blast, using our weather or cold. Attack, using power and at least one bonus. Your max plus min dice. Destroy all your bonuses, adding each of them to this attack first, even if they are exclusive. Eruption, attack up to 3 targets, one of which must be you, using your power. Assign your min plus mid plus max dice as you choose among those targets. Improved immunity. If you take damage from energy or element, ignore the damage and recover the amount instead. Use the value of the damage to boost yourself. I like improved immunity with cold. Improved immunity with cold. I'm making a note there. I don't see... Well, we could do Powerful Strike. Attack using power using max plus mid die. I don't see Purification, and I don't see Summon Allies. So we'll make a quick note of improved immunity. We're going to check the quality red powers, and I'll meet you down there. Okay, so we've got Critical Eye, select a target, boost using quality, using a max plus min die. The bonus must be used against that target and on your next turn or else it is wasted. Discern Weakness. Remove a bonus on a target, hinder the target using quality. Use your max die, and that penalty is persistent and exclusive. Reliable Aptitude. When taking any action using quality, you may reroll your min die before determining effects. I like that with... You know what? I like Reliable Aptitude with weather. Or cold. You know what? Cold. Oh no, it's gotta be a quality, doesn't it? Reliable Aptitude... Yeah, it's gotta be a quality. Okay, so I think we're gonna keep improved immunity for that over that. Specialized info: overcome using quality, use your max plus min dice. Aware response: after an opponent attacks or hinders you or a nearby ally, attack the opponent by rolling your single quality die. Canny awareness: overcome using quality, use your max plus min dice, hinder all nearby opponents with your mid die. Considered planning: boost using quality and use your max die. Defend against all attacks against you using your mid die until your next turn. Note your mid die. As a reaction until your next turn, you may hinder an attacker using that die. Final Wrath. Attack using quality, use your max plus min dice. Take a major twist. Harmony. As long as you have at least one bonus created from quality, treat power dice one size higher. We could... Oh, you know what? Harmony with wisdom or insight? Harmony with wisdom makes sense. To increase our weather. Harmony with wisdom. I like that. Wisdom and weather. Okay, great. That's our 2 red abilities right there. I don't think we need to read any of the others. So I will meet you on our principal pages. So we're here at the esoteric principles, and right off the bat I see principle of energy or element. So that would be principle of cold. The other ones would be destiny, exorcism, fauna, flora, the future, immortality, the inner demon, magic, the sea, space, time traveler, the undead. I don't think any of those quite fit. So I will scroll on down to responsibility. But yeah, principle of cold is a no-brainer because he's a Yeti, for crying out loud. Responsibility. So we've got business, the debtor, the detective, the double agent. So far, none of those. The everyman, family, the mask, the sidekick, the team, the underworld, and I think it's youth and veteran? Veteran and youth. I'm thinking we use our retcon step to pick outside of this group. So let's scroll back up and see what else we have at our availability. I want something like wisdom. Let's see here. The spotless mind, the split, savagery, rage, I want the opposite of savagery. Peace, nomad, the loner, levity, discovery, detachment, amnesia, ambition. I don't think any of those. The zealot, self-preservation, order, liberty, justice. Order's not quite right. Honor, the hero, great power, equality. I don't think honor's quite right, but it's close. Dependence, defender, compassion, chaos. Is there really not one for, like, wisdom? Whispers, the tactician, strength, stealth, speed, science, powerless. None of these really quite fit, do they? The mentor, mastery. You know what? The mentor is the closest thing to it so far. Where we want to share our knowledge and experience with less weathered heroes. So, I'm thinking we go with the mentor. Let's see what else there is real quick, but it's probably going to be the mentor. Mastery, the lab, indestructible, history, gearhead, clockwork. And I think that's the... Yeah, that's all of them that we haven't read yet. So yeah, it's going to be the mentor. Principle of the mentor. Okay, I like it. He is the old man up on the hill. He's a Yeti, so he does have this bit of savagery within him, but he's mostly quelled that to the point where people are actually like trying to seek him out. They probably don't know he's a Yeti. They just think he's just some big hairy dude who happens to know a lot. So they come up to him for wisdom and such. Okay, I like this. He is pretty much done. We just need to type everything up. So I will type everything up and then I'll meet you when I'm done. Alright, and we just need to give him a name. And we also need to change precise strike to something more weather related. Like all around strike or unavoidable strike. Unavoidable strike. Okay. So what is the Yeti's name? I'm thinking we just keep the Yeti as his hero name. How about something like Zolin? Zolin the Yeti. Zolin sounds good. Yeah, I think that is it for Zolin here. Right. I'll see you guys next episode. Take care.